Okay, yeah, there it goes. Hello everyone, and I'm doing another vlog. There are a few things I wanted to talk about today, and it's been a little bit since I've done one. Probably longer spaced out than the other ones I've done. I don't know, I'm having trouble with the fidgeting right now, but yeah, it's been a weird night. But I'll start off with the good news. I get I guess actually it's pretty much all good news. I have some personal rants, but first off, exciting news. One, my birthday is coming up July 7th, or well, the 7th of this month. Hopefully it's okay if I advertise my birthday on here, cause I don't know if most people would or do or whatever, but I'm like, well, I do vlogs, so why not? So yeah, I'm like, I don't really expect anyone to do anything, but I was like, I'll mention it anyways, cause it's my birthday and it's hype. I'm probably gonna get new games. I'm certainly going to get, funny thing is, I think most of the games I'm getting are actually later than my birthday. Like, I know I'm getting the new Pikmin for my birthday. It's gonna be hype. And, I forget what else there is. I know there's a few Wii U titles I'm getting. The new Rayman is under them. I don't really remember what else I'm getting. I already got The Last of Us. Jury's still out, but I think the game is getting better after you get past the intro. My only complaint so far is that the tutorial is bad. It's not god awful. It's just bad. It's yeah. It's oops. I forgot to myself offline on Skype. Well, not offline on Do Not Disturb. Okay, that's fixed. So now I don't see the little Skype pop-up messages and you won't hear that. Yeah. So, but besides that, the intro's a little, difficult at first because you're not really used to it, and then the tutorial isn't actually that useful. But once you get past that, it seems to start getting better. I am enjoying the making stuff system and the supplement system. System for leveling up is weird, but it seems nice. Though I do wish that I do wish that my shivs, when I shiv a like, because you need a shiv to kill the clicker things, and I'm like, I bought a shiv to make it so I shiv one off of me to defend myself. I'm like, I really wish that killed it, like, since I had to purchase the ability to avoid it insta-killing me, and I was like, I suppose that'd be overpowered, but then it wastes a whole shiv. So it's a little hard to say. I guess shivs aren't that hard to make, though. But, you could, if you sneak up on it, you can use the same shiv to stab it in the neck, and admittedly you can use bullets or arrows to kill them. Which I actually didn't expect a bow and arrow, but hey, I got one. I don't have much ammo for it, but I expect once I do, I'll be shooting some things in the face, because bows and arrows are hype, I guess. If you're not into all that new fancy schmancy technology nowadays, they're quieter, and I guess that's the point. It's a stealth weapon. But yeah. So, anyways, kind of ranting on that. That's pretty cool. Okay, so lots of big things coming up. I ranted on that enough. So my birthday is coming up. If you care about that, yay. If not, that's fine. I guess the only other thing to say on that is I will try my best to upload a video, at least a video, on my birthday. Sapir is also going to be busy. He's actually going to be busy the 5th through the 7th, because he's going to the, Everfree Northwest, So if you see him there, make sure to say hello. I don't really have a picture of him. But if you send us a message because you're hyped to meet Sapere, if you're actually going to Everfree Northwest, he said he'll figure out, some kind of picture, or he'll wear a specific thing. Actually, he's gonna be wearing like a Scootaloo thing, so I should ask him how much he's wearing of Scootaloo stuff, because he said something about cosplay, and I'm like, well, I know you're not gonna do full suit or anything, so what is that? What Scootaloo-ness is he going to be wearing? I don't know, but he's gonna be orange, and he's gonna be Scootaloo, and he's gonna be Sapere. You're gonna probably be, if you're still a little German Scootaloo running around who, like, sounds really bored, that's Sapere. He'll be excited, trust me. If he meets the, really big up people. He's admittedly not as excited as he once was, because some of his friends aren't, gonna be there like they were planning. But yeah, so he's excited. Once he meets the big people, I'm sure he will be. But I don't think he cannot sound bored. That's good old Sapere. So yeah, the 5th through the 7th of this month of July. So you guys won't see him, and well, you might see him if we have, like, any backlog videos those days that I upload, you'll see him, but he won't be uploading anything those days. So yeah, he's busy with that. So that's really hype for him, birthday's hype for me. I'm unfortunately not going to convention. I want to, but conventions are just kind of hard to do, and recently, I'm actually trying to save up a little bit, and because I'm gonna try and get a car at some point, because, yeah, I'm finally gonna get around to getting my driver's license, because I'm super lame and I don't have one yet, because insurance is expensive, and I wasn't really planning on driving around that much, but now I'm like, well, it'd probably be nice to, everything considered. I'm sorry, I keep squeaking my chair. So anyways, other thing this month is, with any luck, Super Lesbian Horse RPG might be coming out. Maybe. The guy was planning it in June, but I checked his blog and his Tumblr, and he said that the pressure of finishing the game in a month was kind of getting to him already. So he changed it to July instead of June. So maybe this month we'll be playing the Super Lesbian Horses. And yeah, it'll be pretty hype. Let's see. So whenever that comes out, you'll see a full Let's Play. With any luck, you'll see Let's Play of the new beta that they're doing, which is another hype thing for this month. The of Legends of Equestria that they're doing in open beta 5th through the 7th. Yeah. But we have the issue, and this is one of those things I'm like, I wish they had have scheduled it differently, because we have the issue that Sapere's going to be at the convention. And I know that's why they're doing it, because they're going to be at the convention and they want to show off the demo. But it's going to be a demo that anyone, not just people at the convention, can play with. So I'm really having trouble with this. I'm like, I don't know how we're going to record this. If we're both going to be able to record this. 'Cause that would suck if we couldn't both record this. You'd just have a video of me being like, guys, look how hype Legends of Equestria is now. And just spit. Everywhere. That'd be weird. Anyways. So, yeah. So that's also hype this month. So people who aren't going to the convention can at least look forward to that, and people who are going to the convention, can maybe look forward to that. I personally think they should have done it differently. Like, they should have, since they're not doing it just for the convention, but they're kind of doing it for the convention, I think they should have extended it to days before or after. Make it like, you know, maybe the 4th through the 7th, or the 4th through the 8th, or at least the 5th through the 8th, you know. But as it is, it's just right on the convention dot, so it's, yeah, it's gonna be hard to get to, but it's still exciting. I mean, even if we don't get to Let's Play it, anyone who, you know, wants to play it should, you know, give it a try. It's a really, as long as they did not mess it up since the last build, which was the stress test means the pair played with a while ago, like almost when we were first starting to Let's Play, it should still be fun. And I'm really hoping they haven't. I've heard a few negative things. I know they split the team up a bit, because they had, you know, it happens, they had some team issues. But yeah. So hopefully on that. Let's see. Still good on that. Yes. So that's pretty much all the good news. We have like have my birthday, convention that's appears going to, Legends of Equestria, and Super Lesbian Horses. And let's see. And yeah. Also, I forgot to mention, besides good news for me, besides getting The Last of Us, which is so far pretty fun, I got the newest Ratchet Sapere? What the fuck is that shit? No, I wouldn't play Ratchet Sapere. Actually, I probably would, but I'd rather play Ratchet and Clank, to be honest. Ratchet and Clank, yes, I got the newest one. I know it's kind of late, they actually came out with that a while ago, but it's still really fun. And I don't know why I didn't get it when it first came. I guess I was worried, because this is the one that's the, tower defense hybrid, but it's still really fun. And it's one of those funny things that it's really fun. It follows this kind of Ratchet and Clank thing of being over the top, but in an interesting way. It's like the tower defense elements are there, but if you're good at Ratchet and Clank, at least from the levels I played so far, I'm not that far into it, but at least from the levels I played so far, they aren't necessary. You can just go in and shoot everything if you want to. It's also co-op, which is amazing. I love that. I love it for that. I love the things they're trying with it. Because Quest for Booty, the last one that they did that was a downloadable game, was admittedly a little lackluster. It'll tickle in my throat. And not that kind of tickle. I don't know what I'm suggesting. Anyways, it was a little lackluster. I mean, Quest for Booty was fun, but it was short, and though it did feel like a Ratchet and Clank game, it did have a few issues, like, because it was short, they did a lot of weird things with the weapons, and they really streamlined the story to the point that it was pretty much all there was the story mode, and, yeah. So, it was fun, and it was a good little between edition, but it was one of those things that was a recognizable between edition. This one's just fun. You know, you sit down and play it with friends, and you don't think this is just a little between edition of Ratchet and Clank. You think, oh my god, it's a new Ratchet and Clank, it's explosions, and it's tower defense, and it's shoot with my friends, and it's amazing. And it's explosions. Oh my god, the explosion. And the weapons. It's another game. Okay, I'm not gonna just turn this into a fangasm of Ratchet and Clank. I love the series, I love the explosive weapons. That's not really why we're here. I already said why we're here. But it just so you know, I love it like I love, I don't know, I don't really have an equal comparison. I'm like, everything I love differently. Game-wise, basically. So I'm like, like, even with this guy, I had a whole rant on that. I'm like, I can't compare Ratchet and Clank to Disgaea. They're two different things. I love them both. But they're so different. That doesn't make any sense. That'd be weird. That'd be like trying to compare Sapere to an apple pie. Like, one's a pear who happens to do Let's Plays with me for some reason, and one's an apple pie. It's hard to balance out. But, you know, I think I've been using the pear joke way too often, actually, but a pear is a pear. What are you gonna do? He's a pear. There's not much to do, just like I'm a green bean, but, you know, calling him Sapere is actually more fun. Like, whenever people call me Bean, I'm like, okay. I'm like, the jokes, actually, well, sometimes it can be funny. I've actually heard it a few times, like my boyfriend has used it rather creatively. Which I also discovered that I'm apparently not all of his friends know that he's so if the off chance I'm like, he wasn't paranoid about this, but I'm like, in the off chance that anyone he knows is watching, I'm not gonna say his name, because otherwise I was gonna throw his name around, but you know, whatever. Anyways, before we get into any of that, another piece of good news. I found this in my closet, which was already there, but it's really hype, and I don't know if I've shown or worn it on my vlog yet. I probably did, but it's hype. It's Doctor Who's. It's so sexy. Look, he has a sonic screwdriver in his mouth. And trust me, because I'm a doctor, I would trust him. I would trust that face any day. Ah, yes. Yes. I should stop. I should stop. You go over there, Mr. Sexy Doctor. Go away. Okay, yeah. I don't know. After. Anyways. So, he's pretty hype, and I found that today, because I was like, you know, I could have sworn I haven't worn this thing for, like, almost a month, and I was looking for my laundry. I was like, what the fuck did I do with it? And it was just hiding, like, in my dresser. For whatever reason, I got it mixed up in my jeans drawer, and I was like, how'd I do that? So anyways, I'll get back to wearing it. For today, I'm actually wearing, like, my favorite t-shirt. Well, probably besides that I don't know. I like both of them. But this is my favorite t-shirt that even non-bronies can probably appreciate. They can be like, oh my god, look at it. It's a t-shirt, and it has a dragon on it, and it has crosses, and it's like metal and the wings and stuff. I don't know. And it has a sword that the dragon is wrapped around, you see. I don't know, but anyways. Dragons and swords, they're hype. I like swords. I like dragons. But anyways. So yeah. I think that was basically it. I was like, good news is hype. It's good. There's a lot of it today. That kind of it basically, my day's been good, and things coming up are, you know, being good. It's funny because today hasn't been amazing, but now I'm doing a vlog. I'm like, today was amazing, but no, I'm not trying to lie. I'm just like, things coming up are amazing. So even if today was a little subpar, it's like, well, it's still hype. But today wasn't bad. I mean, I got in a really fun recording with Sapere that you'll all be seeing soon. But that's really the only noteworthy thing. Well, that, and I played the more of The Last of Us, and now I'm starting to appreciate it a little more. But you know, it's still one of those things I'm like, I played it and that's good, but it's not how I define my day these days, you know. A while ago I would have been able to say, I played Resident Evil 4 today. It was a good day. These days I'm like, I played, you know, The Last of Us today. Today, you know, the jury is still out on how my day was. I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I'm going to take that as a good thing, because those were my days before I, you know, well, did Let's Playing. That was my days before I really talked to a lot of people, besides, like, a few, well, yeah, exactly. So, they were kind of like, yeah, they're kind of like those days that you're just like, well, what else was I gonna do? I mean, I could have talked to people, but at the time I didn't realize talking to people was fun, because everyone I knew sucked. So, yeah. I don't know. I'm now I sound like I'm dwelling on the past. But, yes, actually, the things are really good now, so it doesn't matter. But, yeah. So it's a good thing. And I'm getting easily distracted, which is a bad habit of mine, but I have this little bump on my finger, and it looks like I got pricked by a thing, or I hit it or something. I'm like, I don't know. I don't remember doing that. Oh yeah, probably not going to Let's Play either of these, but I, recently downloaded both Shadowrun games, like, both the old classic Shadowrun ROMs, you know, the original like the Shadowrun for the Super Nintendo and the Shadowrun for the, Genesis. Now, I've heard the Genesis one is better, but I've actually only played the Nintendo one so far, because that's one that I actually played when I was young. It's funny, because I managed to miss both of them when I was really young, and I, you know, was actually in that era, but admittedly I don't think you can blame me, because back then I didn't have a lot of say in what we actually bought. These days I have plenty of say, you know, and I've had say for a little while, but, you know, when I was a kid, obviously, you know, I'd have some games that I was hyped about, but I can't think of it. I don't even know if I did. I can't remember the days of when I was a little kid and we used to own a Super Nintendo and that was all I could play. I remember games I was hyped about that I actually try and sit down and play, most of which I sucked at, but, you know, it's... Bomberman used to be so hard for me when I was a little babby kid. Yeah. Anyways. Not really, well, yeah. Well, I mean, it was. But, besides that, I haven't seen Equestria Girls yet. That's another thing I wanted to bring up. I really planned to, and I was going to, but Omari, I have not been able to get a hold of him recently. I should really try calling him, because I've been, you know, waiting for him to be on Skype, and he hasn't, and I'm like, I imagine I could probably get a hold of him on his phone. I probably should, but, you know, I've just been like, well, I'd assume he'd be on Skype. I don't know. And so I just haven't gotten around to it yet, but I'll probably call him tomorrow if I don't see him on Skype, if I remember to. But I guess the thing with that is I'm easily distracted, and so I do that all the time. I'll just get distracted on something, like I'll be like, oh man, I gotta call someone, and then I'll be like, oh man, but I want to play the Ratchet and Clank. I should stop scratching my foot because it feels weird, but I have an itch. It sounds weird. Anyways, I think that might be about it. Yeah. That's like, that's the majority of what happened tonight. I was, yeah. I could have sworn I was gonna say something else, but at this point I'm like, I don't know, I was probably gonna say something else, but I can't really think of it. If I think of something else to get off my chest, like, later, I'll make another vlog, but at the moment I'm like, well, that's the really hype stuff. I'm sorry if, like, bringing up my past ever sounds, like, unfortunate or anything. It actually wasn't. I, like, you know, I'm happier today than I was back then, but my life's never actually been bad. And I've always had a supply of video games, which is hype. I don't know how many people can say that they've literally been playing video games for as long as they could. 'Cause I have been. So yeah. That's I can still remember when I was a little kid and I used to play, like, the first Kirby game on the regular Nintendo. Yeah. I used to love Kirby. I mean, I still love Kirby, actually. Kirby's one of those games for me that just never got old. I'd like to see more Kirby games from Nintendo, actually. I mean, I know we still see some, but it seems like they used to do more, like, you know, several a system. But I guess they can't do everything. But yeah, and admittedly they didn't do several for the 64, but that in itself was kind of disappointing. And for the GameCube also, it was Kirby Air Ride, and I was like, okay. But, yeah. Cause I remember with the regular Nintendo and then the Super Nintendo, well, mainly the Super Nintendo got a lot of stuff, but, you know, you got, like, the Kirby's, Kirby's Superstars, and that was amazing. And yeah, Kirby Superstars just had so many things in it, and I'm not sure about how everyone remembers it, but for me that's pretty much the main Kirby game that I remember. I remember all of them from when I was a kid. Like, I think it was called Kirby's Dream Land 3, and you had, like, all of the animals. And I believe your partner that you could make was this little blue blob. Instead of using suck power like Kirby, I think he, like, used his tongue or something to, like, lick things. Anyways, well, to you know, do the Kirby thing. But either way, it was pretty fun, and yeah. But yeah, Kirby Superstar Ultra was certainly probably my favorite Kirby game from back then. Still one of my favorites. It might still be my favorite. I don't really... These days I'm like, I couldn't really pick a specific Kirby game. They're all cool in their own ways. And even like Kirby 64, which probably wasn't at the time my favorite Kirby game, and even now it's not quite, but it's really cool. I liked the power combining system. I always found that fun. Actually, it's surprising I never really did another thing like that, because I'm like, yeah, that was pretty legit. With the yeah, and there's just so many different power combinations. Admittedly, I usually ended up just like double stacking some of my favorites, but you know, sometimes I'd find that those power combinations just were really cool to look at. But yeah, I remember like most of the games, I really liked the Rock Kirby, and there were a lot of other things. But I'm kind of going off on a tangent now, but I guess as a gamer and as doing a vlog, that's kind of my job. It's like games, that's, you know, that's still pretty much my main interest of talking. It's funny because I don't always try to bring that up, just because, like, there's plenty of people I know who aren't that into games. Well, there's actually a few, but, not, like, tons. So, and I always know that feeling, like, when you're, when someone's hyped about a game, and you haven't played it, and it's always awkward. It's like, that's really cool sounding, but sometimes it's just awkward. It's like, yeah, I get it, it's hype, it's just, I haven't played it, so it's a little hard for me to understand your hype. And sometimes, and when people are hyped about bad games, it's even harder. Like, I don't have too many people have been, but I know some people who are, and this is probably gonna cut me, like, some people are probably gonna be mad about this, but I know some Sonic fans. Oh man, talk about games that haven't been good for a while. Yeah. And admittedly, there's some, and I understand being a Sonic fan. I used to love Sonic games when I was a kid. The first three, loved Sonic Adventure and Sonic Adventure 2. I'm like, they were pretty cool. Some people didn't like them, some people did. I was like, they were actually pretty good, and they had little cool side things like the Chow Garden. Sure, they weren't perfect, but they were Dreamcast games. Dreamcast certainly was not known for being perfect, and I swear that was the only thing I ever owned on the console that was worth playing, was Sonic. But besides that, I had, I have it right here. Actually, surprisingly, I had Sega Smash Pack Volume 1, which once again, Sonic. And also had Golden Axe and Shining Force, which is probably, there's Sonic, Golden Axe, and Shining Force, pretty much probably why I played this. Then they had Streets of Rage 2, which is great when you have a friend, just, you know, great little beat 'em up. Vector Man, I always sucked at that. Phantasy Star 2 was pretty cool. Altered Beasts, fun to play around with, and that's pretty much what I played on here. There's some other good ones, but yeah, pretty much the first like 4 I named are like the ones I played the most: Sonic the Hedgehog, Golden Axe, Shining Force, and Streets of Rage. Phantasy Star 2 is probably the 5th in that order, and I can't name on how much I played any of the others. I actually tried to fuck around with columns, but you know, that's one of those games I'm like, I don't know, it's one of those games I'm like, I'll play columns, I'll play Bejeweled, I'll play Tetris, but I just don't get involved in those. I'll play them for a while, but it's one of those, I'll play them until I get bored, and then I'm done. Usually I'll play them a few times, actually, I guess, but it'll be like, you know, I'll play them like 1 to 3 times. If they're really good, I'll play them up to like 5 times, maybe a few more. But like that's it. And if I play it beyond like the 5 times, that's like usually because it's good and because it's tough. Like Yoshi's Cookies, I used to play like a lot. And that game was really good. It was also, if I remember right, really hard. At least for me, it was always really hard. So yeah. And there were other Dreamcast games. I'm like looking at them, but I guess the thing was that they were, at least at the time, never to my taste. Like, there's some really hype classics in there, like another one I have over here that everyone's probably gonna recognize is Shenmue. I have Shenmue, but I was a kid when I had Shenmue. I forget when this came out. Was like, probably, I don't know, I was probably like 9 when we owned it, maybe younger, maybe a little older, but I'm gonna estimate I was about 9 when we owned Shenmue. I think that's reasonable, because I'm turning, 21 this year, my birthday. So, we owned a Shemnu, and, but I was, like I said, I was a kid. I didn't really appreciate, sitting down to play a game and then going and sitting there and talking to everyone who wanted to tell me that they didn't know anything about any sailors and that I should stop harassing them. Which was probably how the conversations went, even though, yeah. It's one of those funny things, and, like, it was actually beyond the point, because it was like they were doing a Lost in Translation thing, but still, X-Play did a really funny compilation of, like, the main character going around and being like, do you know where any sailors hang out? Have you seen any sailors? Do you know any sailors? Just asking everyone this. That's so hilarious. That's stupid. Oh, I used to love X-Play. Anyways. Back in the days when they were cool, some people would probably claim they never were, but, I was like, well, they were a TV show about video games. Even when they weren't cool, they were at least doing something that not a lot of other people are doing right now. If anyone. I don't know. More shows about video games need to happen. They do. You guys remember how hype Code Monkeys was? The good episodes were hype. There were a few. I think I remember that show was a bit hit and miss, but I think it was usually funny. Anyways, I've gotten really off track. But I'm just like, hey, trip down memory lane here. And I'm also a little tired, so that does it to me. It's late. I should get to bed soon. But I really wanted to talk some hours away, because when I'm tired, but I'm not, when it's late and I'm kind of tired, but I'm not sleepy tired, I like to talk. I like to sit down and think about just, like, other random stuff. Let's see, though. How long have I made this? Because I probably made this... I did make this pretty long. So, yeah. I should also the thing that I've been told that I should do more, I should focus on the camera more. I also think I should do something lighting-wise besides that, because I noticed, like, I'm not sure it's exactly that, but there's a glare on my glasses that it creates or something. Oh, that's not the best. But I don't really know what to do about it at the moment. Maybe I'll try vlogging from somewhere else, like on my bed or something. I'm not sure if that sounds weird or not, but vlogging from my bed shouldn't be too hard. I used to, when I had a smaller laptop, I used to, just, like, sit down and, like, lay down on my bed while I, messaged people, and that was super comfy, but I did have the issue where I used to, fall asleep while I was typing people. Like, Draconis, which I don't know if any of you really know Draconis at all, probably not. I mentioned him a little bit in my early videos. Anyways, most I'll say, we were once an item, kind of, but we've only ever known each other online. But he was pretty cool. He still is pretty cool. I don't talk to him that, you know. But anyways, so, yeah. But, so I used to do that, but even when I was messaging him, sometimes I'd message him and it'd be like nighttime, and I'd just, if I was tired, I would just fall asleep. I would lay down and type to him, and sometimes if he was busy and he took a while to reply, or if I was just really tired, I'd fall asleep, and, I'd wake up with my head on the laptop, and I'd have, like, yeah. I feel terrible. Anyways, falling asleep like that isn't very fun. But I keep getting off on a tangent. I'm really bad at, officially ending things. So, thank you all for watching. Those of you who have watched this far, and heck, thank you all for watching anyone who watched this at all. And, we'll see y'all next time.